Association is among those calling for a specific crime of spiking to make it easier to report.
And earlier I spoke to Dawn Dines from the charity Stamp Out Spiking. Dawn, thanks very much for your time today. First of all, I think it's important to say that there are misconceptions, aren't there, about exactly who spiking can happen to. And I guess the simple answer is it's important to point out it can happen to anybody.
It really can. I mean, spiking has no prejudice at all. It can happen to anybody, anytime and anywhere. We've even had reports of people getting spiked at a funeral recently and at a wedding. So it just goes to show it really can happen to anybody.
I mean, that's quite scary in itself, isn't it, Dawn? And as we heard there in Cara's story from the report, she shared her story with us. There is this misconception about, well, if you might have drunk too much, or you put yourself in a position where somehow, you opened yourself up to being spiked. You think that can be really damaging in terms of encouraging people to come forward? And again, those misconceptions around what the impact can actually be.
Yeah, it's so dangerous, these misconceptions. It's been said to me for years now. I've been campaigning for nearly 2 decades against this crime. And the amount of people, even from our key emergency services, that say, oh, you've just had too much to drink. Spiking comes in many different forms. It can be extra alcohol in an alcoholic or a non-alcoholic drink. It's done through injection. We've had reports now that people are spiking vapes. We also know about the needle spiking. So, this doesn't just happen to women either. Spiking happens to men, and it's happening to them every weekend on our streets.
Finally, Dawn, what advice would you give to people who think they might have been spiked? Because I know, again, one of the challenges is not everybody who's spiked comes forward.
Well, we've done a survey at Stamp Out Spiking, and over 97% of victims didn't report this crime to the police. Now, it's absolutely vital. You need to be reporting this data to the police. We need to be able to get a clear picture so that we can go back to the government and we can say to them, what are you doing? We need to adequately train the key emergency services to make sure that people are looked after, and we're going to start gaining convictions that way.
Dawn, I know you've also been campaigning tirelessly for a change in the law. We do really appreciate your time talking to us here today. Dawn Dines, the CEO of Stamp Out Spiking. Thank you.
Thank you.